We're going down, folks. Hello. I'm looking kind of scuzzy today. So sorry, but I spent all day yesterday with my son's marching band, hydrating them as they marched. So every time they paused to rest during the parade, I had to run up and down the lines of the marching band and squirt water in people's mouths. Good times. It means I marched as far as the band did, and I am not of an age anymore where I can just march all day, as I'm learning. And now today we've got this fun storm hitting, which is really nice. Actually, it makes everything kind of cozy, but between me feeling achy and tired and the weather, I just don't want to do anything. But here I am doing something because I saw this Booktube Newbie book tag, and I thought it would be fun to answer the questions, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm obviously not actually a newbie. My channel's been around for a few years, but I have only recently gotten semi-serious about trying to do better, posting regularly, things like that. So I still feel kind of new. I'm definitely new compared to a lot of booktubers. Anyway, if I look down, it's because I'm reading the questions. The first question is, why did you start this channel? And I started this channel a few years ago, in part because I noticed that interest in blogs was waning. More and more people were watching videos. I, for one, really resisted because I prefer to read content than watch it. I find I can get the information faster because I can read faster than it takes me to sit and watch somebody talk about something. But over time, I've come to enjoy the personalities involved in various like channels, Booktube and other things that I watch. So like I've warmed up to watching videos more than reading blogs because I enjoy that kind of like sense of the person's personality. But anyway, so it was mostly in response to kind of being tired of blogging, not seeing a lot of returns on my blogs and stuff. If you go to my website now, you'll see I almost never post there anymore, because like I don't know. It feels, even though I feel like as a writer, I'm more articulate when I'm writing like a book review or whatever. I don't know. That's a lot more work. That's a lot more effort than turning on a camera and just chatting. So question number 2. What fun/unique things can you bring to BookTube? It's just me. I'm fun and unique, I guess. I think everybody who comes to YouTube, again, has kind of their own personality, their own flavor, their own way of looking at things. And I hope that that's true of me as much as anyone else. So that's it. What are you most excited about for this channel? I don't know. I just enjoy doing it. Like, I don't get a lot of views. I don't have a lot of subscribers. But if you like me, please like and subscribe. I almost never remember to say that. Yeah, so it's just more like, I don't know, I'm excited to do it. This sounds kind of morbid, but sometimes I think about the fact that someday I'll be dead and gone, but my friends and relatives and people can still see me and listen to me and hear me because these videos will all be, I think there's something on my sweatshirt there. Anyway, all these videos will be, still up somewhere, and they can see me ramble like this and say, oh yeah, that's what she was like. She just kind of rambled all the time. Let's see. Why do I love reading? I don't know. So I started reading when I was young, and actually this answers kind of another question later, but because I'm an only child, and it was a way to fill my own time. So I love reading because it's quiet and it's cozy and it's relaxing, and I can like literally fall into some other headspace and not think about my life, my world, my problems for a little while. So I mean the typical escapism stuff. Yeah, and you know, reading also as a writer, you know, sometimes sparks creativity in me. And then I read nonfiction because I'm interested in certain concepts or history or people. You know, I read to learn and I read to escape. What book or series got you into reading? Oh, so I've been reading since I was 3. So I don't know what got me into reading. I think what got me into reading was the fact that my parents are both readers as well. And I think, you know, kids learn by example, and reading was always a big deal in our house anyway. But book or series that got me into reading. Some of the things I remember reading, like I read over and over. I read Judy Blume books a lot as a kid. I read Zilpha Keatley Snyder. Like The Changeling was probably the Zilpha Keatley Snyder book that impacted me the most. And then like I read Blubber many times over, you know, the Tales of Fourth Grade Nothing, all those books really got me into reading quite a bit as a kid. What questions would you ask your fave booktubers? Can I play? I want to be friends. I want to be in the in-group. No, I mean, seriously, that's, you know, like, whether or not they would like to do a collaboration or have some kind of conversation with me or anything like that. That's probably what I'd ask them. You know, because I feel like I know already what their favorite books and authors are and stuff. They don't hide that. I mean, when I watch their videos, I get, you know, a pretty good sense of who they are and what they like. And whether or not we have similar tastes. That's pretty much how I select who I watch, because the people who I know have similar tastes to me, then I know to trust their recommendations. It's kind of like back in the day, because I'm old enough for this, when you would read a newspaper columnist, like a movie critic, and you'd be like, oh yeah, I agree with him, so I know when he says this is a good movie, I'm probably gonna like it too. You found like the movie critics you agreed with, and then you knew to follow their recommendations. And I feel like that's the same when I watch a booktuber. I'm like, okay, yeah, they like some of the same stuff as me. They have some of the same opinions as me about some things. So probably if they say this is a good book or they like this book, I'll like it too. And so that's what I wouldn't need to ask them, I guess. So it's more like, I just like to interact with them more. You know, it seems like some of them are friends with each other, and I'm kind of out here on the outskirts, but that's just the story of my life anyway. So anyway, let's see. What challenges do you think are hardest to overcome in starting a booktube channel? Well, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, there's just a lot of noise. There's a lot of big booktubers booktubers out there already. So it's the same as the challenges as getting seen on TikTok or as an author, just kind of because there's so much content. It's all about trying to get seen and heard as much as anybody else. And I mean, that's a huge challenge. And I think you have to either go in hard or be okay with not being like the biggest, most successful thing, which is, you know, I'm kind of content. I mean, obviously I'd love more subscribers, I'd love more viewers, but I'm also, yeah, I don't know, it's that, you know, I hope the people who find me like me, and hopefully people will find me eventually over time. My Twitter following, it took a while to build, and I feel like the same is going to be true here and on my TikTok, and you know, I'm kind of fine with that. You know, when did you start reading? Well, like I said, I started reading when I was 3. So, you know, I remember reading I Can Read With My Eyes Shut Tight over and over and over again. That's a Dr. Seuss book. Yeah, I've been reading since I was really little. Where do you read? I read, well, I mean, anywhere I can get away with it. I read in the bathtub a lot. It's one of the only places where I'm like alone and left alone long enough to read a significant amount. You have 3 kids and a husband who's working from home. But I like to, the couch in our formal, we have 2 living rooms, and the couch in our formal living room is a good spot. It's got good light coming in from the windows, and it tends to be quiet over there. I do read in bed sometimes, but usually it's right before I'm getting ready for bed, so I don't end up getting very far because I fall asleep. So I try to read other places. Sometimes I just lay out on the floor of my office and read on the floor. I have actually a reading chair, but my cat takes it most of the time, and I don't have the heart to move him. And also, I find it kind of hard to read just sitting up. I prefer to like lie down or lay back or just kind of recline in some way. I do carry a book and read in like waiting rooms. If I'm going places, I'll have a book on hand and I'll read. I'll even read in the car. If I'm sitting in the car waiting for my daughter to finish like her horseback riding lesson or something, I'll just read in there. But I'll climb in the back seat so I can stretch out, because sitting in the front is, again, not very comfortable. And what kinds of books do you like to read? Well, if you've watched my channel, you probably have a good sense of it, but I read a lot of nonfiction, like psychology kind of things, nonfiction, biographies if they're interesting to me, or history. I like light fantasy, but not epic fantasy. I've talked about how, to me, those books are just too much work. I can't be bothered. I like magical realism. I like gothic. I like light romance or romantic comedy type stuff. I don't like erotic stuff. I don't read like gruesome horror. I'll read some Stephen King, but I don't want really bloody stuff. I like mysteries, especially cozy mysteries, like the old Agatha Christie, Hercule Poirot kind of thing. Definitely my speed. Sherlock Holmes stuff, love that. Literary fiction. There's a lot I will read, and I'll try just about anything, again, as long as it's not too gory or too sexually explicit, because I just don't care for that. Love Regency romance or historical fiction, stuff like that. And that's it. Those are all the questions. So if you have any questions for me, leave them in the comments. If you want to answer any of these questions yourself, you can also do that in the comments, or obviously make your own video. And I will see you next time. Maybe maybe it'll be sunnier and we'll have better light. I don't know. But until then.